friends and I could celebrate, but these plans keep falling through because there's always something. Say that you want me when I'm in the room. Then when I ask you, tell me it's too soon. Guess all your words were too good to be true. I'm done waiting, sick of saving all my hope tonight. Cause your empty promises don't satisfy. No more compromise, cause I don't need you to act like we're alright. Act like we're alright. Act like we're alright. Call your number, never pick it up. Even though last week you said we spend the day together. Saying sorry, but I've had enough. It's a toxic situation, you can't make it better. Say that you want me when I'm in the room. Then when I ask you, tell me it's too soon. Guess all your words were too good to be true. I'm done waiting, sick of saving all my hope tonight. Cause your empty promises don't satisfy. No more compromise, cause I don't need you to act like we're alright. Act like we're alright. Too many chances at redemption. Think it's about time I learned my lesson. No more compromise, cause your empty promises don't satisfy. This is what you made of love. The words are spoken, my heart is broken, keeping me tangled up in you. But I've had enough, and I won't keep coming undone. Cause it's not over, I fought too hard to lose. I feel your pressure, don't care if I'm getting bruised. It makes me stronger, I'm here to dominate. I won't surrender, now hear me
Hello, United Rogue, and tonight we are here for the Emerald Finals, and I'm here joining the booth with Ricochet.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? I think we're in for an exciting match tonight. We have War versus Dow, a rivalry that's been here since UR Overwatch's inception. And tonight, Icy tries to break his curse, older than time, the second place finish. Yeah, I'm excited. I think we're in for a good series here.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. This is going to be time 3. This is the third time in our 5 seasons that we have seen this matchup, and we'll have to see how it goes. War this season, though, has done, especially at the end of the season, has looked fantastic. But, Dallas has always been running up into the finals, and last season was their first ever loss in the finals. Well, to see if they want to come back with revenge on this.
That is true. The Dal supremacy run did get shut down last season, and given War's track record, they are due for second place. However, I will say they're coming off a hot win to bring them into the finals, and I honestly don't think I've seen a War roster this competitive yet. So I think we're in for a game, especially Dal. Despite being a powerhouse in previous seasons, I think this has probably been one of their more shaky seasons. We see other teams taking a lot more maps from them, not just the heavy hitters in like the top seeds. Like we see Jersey taking maps from them. We see Pitt, MTL. Like Emerald has been a slugfest this season. Like despite map scores maybe going in their favor, you definitely see teams adjusting and adapting to them. So I think War is locked in for this, and I think we're in for a good match tonight.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think this is going to be a fantastic match. I mean, you got Zach versus DPS as tank. Those have been against each other. DPS has been a great tank all season. Zach's been trying to be a great tank. He's pretty great. We have good DPS on both sides, and then you can't forget about the supports also. Icy's been here, like you said, since the start. I think he's like one of the last in this lobby right now that's playing that's been there since the start of Emerald.
Yeah, no, of course, of course. And chat's eating me up here. Jer did beat Dal. Let's rectify that. They
That's
didn't just
true.
take maps. Jer beat Dal, but I just mean in general. Dal has not been as clean as they have in other seasons because Jer maybe the team to beat them, but like other teams definitely took maps from them. And we're about to find out if War can do that as we get into this match here. Ilios.
Ilios is a pretty fun map. Hopefully we get well, but we've seen a lot of DPS. We've seen a lot of Zach recently in the last few weeks. Do you have any guesses on what tanks you think they're gonna run?
So I think War might walk out on the Hog. I think last time we saw DPS on he was going Hog wild. I think Zach's gonna opt for Mauga or Diva right away. We see Dal sort of shying away from the mirror comps a lot. It's funny, a lot of the Emerald teams this season have actually just been running amok with Hog on and on these more Hog maps, and it's a lot of fun to watch. But I don't think it's a game Dal wants to play. They're gonna stick to counter and play around it.
Yeah, I mean they're already walking out with the Diva. They also have the Kiriko. It's pretty good. Honestly, both teams are pretty similar. The only difference is the tank and one has a Symmetra, the other one has a Cassidy, but
I wonder if Parasite's just doing the TP or if he's dedicated to this sim.
Not sure.
We see the Genji swap. Yep, no sim. Both teams rolling out. Immediately, we see DPS trying to camp this well, looking for hooks, looking for angles.
Ooh.
Dal cautious, very cautious, sort of prodding with the Diva, just getting info. Oh, Light gets hacked. Light gets taken out early. Apache with an early pick. And DPS hooks the Diva in. He doesn't have boosters or DM to stop it.
And War takes that point. War's done a fantastic job, though, in this last few weeks, doing a really good job at taking that first point. And we
Zach
just
has
see
to
it
run
here
back
again.
to spawn to get remake, so they're eating up a little time with that.
Yeah,
Swaps
that is.
Swaps back to Diva.
You also lose all that ult charge you had potentially. Going for that Diva bomb, but.
Oh, and a huge hook from DPS. The DM was not there to save him.
Absolutely not. As Fran falls down.
Apache is causing mayhem in this backline. He's able to get the Mega to keep himself up. He might need some peel.
Ooh,
and he
good
falls.
kill.
But the Diva gets demacked. And War has tempo here. The baby Diva, you don't mind losing the Sombra here. You still have Ana walking back from spawn. And the core of War holds strong here.
They do. They have been holding this point well, and now we have a remake on that Diva, and we almost have all our ults ready for War versus Dallas. We're just kind of building up to it.
Honestly, Log's the only one kind of close. Fran's kind of close too.
Yeah, the supports are close, and Log falls when you say that. Ooh, there's that
And the rush
Kazune
coming
rush.
out. I don't know if you needed it. It definitely secures the fight.
Definitely does. I mean, sadly you wasted one of your best ults, but you still have beat. Still really good. There's a high noon.
Oh, and finds
It's
Fran.
Wow.
That's honestly a decent stagger there onto the support. Especially they're going to be walking into an EMP here. If you're Dallas, you need to be careful. You might have ults online, but it might not matter here with the Sombra.
Absolutely, yes. Now they have to touch. Ooh,
Oh,
Sombra
but Apache
falls.
goes down. There's no EMP on the board. That's massive.
And there,
To
they've
commit
used
beat
two
and Blade.
ults.
Oh, and Nano. Okay, that's a huge overcommitment, I think, in my opinion.
Absolutely. You used up 3 of the better ults I feel like you guys had as a team in that. You used Nano, Blade, and Beat. That's an expensive fight. Versus, War now walking in. They got 3 ultimates to just Dallas as well. They're gonna have 2, but
I was gonna say, I think what it'll come down to is how well Zach uses this remake here.
absolutely, he is gonna need to use it wisely.
So I was gonna say, if it doesn't get any zoning value and they're able to just hard push with his EMP here. Oh,
Ooh, Apache falls.
and if you're Dal, that's what you want. I was gonna say, you're holding them back now. You're giving your supports time to charge ult back up. You're getting tick progress on this point.
Absolutely, but if you are the side of War, there's that beat. So they're going in. There's Whole Hog. EMP is out. There's Bomb.
I was gonna say, Parasite fell. Light holding the high noon. He's a maniac. He gets one.
He
Immediately
gets
traded
one
by
when he
Epic.
falls.
And Apache finds Log. It's gonna be the Diva and the Ana here fighting for dear life. And honestly, at this point, it just looks like War cleanup here. The point flipped,
Absolutely.
and I don't think you get a touch here.
Ooh, I don't think War will take the first point in this series, and we'll have to see. I really like DPS Hog. That worked really well right there.
Yeah, and I think this is a common theme. I don't know why, but Dallas struggled against these hog comps. I was gonna say Zach tends to opt for the Malga pick. Even though Diva's obviously strong in her own right, so I do think it's a little silly, but hey, you got to do what works for you. DPS flashing a Rhine here?
Also, we don't have Log as Lucio. Now he's Kiriko. I guess just to help with any kind of antis that can happen on that Maga, but we'll have to see if they can pick it off. I mean, Light's also Widow. Be fun.
Parasite opting for the Sombra right away this time. But we don't have one in Apache. We have double hit scan coming out for War. And they're sort of opting to take the point here, whereas Dow's kind of playing around Zach's engage and Light to find picks on Widow back there. Oh, and Log goes down early. That's a huge pick.
Fran almost falls. And
Oh,
she
and
does.
Zoop. Tremendous picks from Zoop in that fight. You have Parasite looking in the back line, looking to catch someone off guard. As his team postures and tries to push back in here.
Ooh, Icy falls.
And a good pick from Light. And Zach's going to look for the engage here. Perfect timing. And immediately confirms the kill on Apache.
Ooh, Log almost falls.
I was going to say Zoop's landing good damage here. But I don't think it'll matter. There's just too much sustain on the board. Oh, but Icy makes it back to the fight.
He does, but he falls, so does Epic. DPS almost has his ult.
Honestly, they're just clawing for every little bit of percentage they can get before it flips.
I mean, it's always good though, Being up at 46%, it's a pretty good start, honestly, for any kind of capture.
An Apache mirroring the Sombra. Zoop swapping to the Widow to contest Light here.
Yeah, so now we have a... Ooh, Zoop falls!
Light, that's the 1-1 or 1-0 in the Widow duel right now. And Parasite wins the Sombra 1v1, catches Apache off guard, unawares.
There's that ante on the Rhine.
The Mauga's out of place here, not really able to capitalize on this rush here.
Yeah, he's not in a
You might be able to see a Shatter here. Shatter's the Kiri. The Mauga commits the cage on both the supports. But Moira just trying to heal him through it. And honestly, that's huge support from Epic there. I know Icy fell eventually, but just being able to delay that pick long enough, absolutely massive.
Oh, also, you got rid of the Mauga. Now you're on Winston versus Rhine. I like that fight a little bit more for the Rhine if it gets up close.
And we do have Zoop opting for the Reaper, who's been a pretty solid DPS, at least on ladder so far this season. Nano coming out. War uses Rush to counter. EMP coming out from down. Ooh, and he was
Zach Cole is out. Zach's almost down.
Ooh, an EMP of their own. Trying to turn it.
They're still fighting for this point.
I was gonna say Dal has numbers here, but War is eking out every little bit of percentage that they can get here. They're trying to bring it into final fight territory. I mean, it is already, but they're looking for the smooth flip after this.
I mean, it's good to, you know, if you lose this fight.
But picks coming out from War.
Wow, Zoop with a great kill there on Light.
Honestly, if DPS plays this right, they could re-engage early.
They could. It's just Zach really up there, but he has almost full health, and he falls.
They rush it. They rush it. He doesn't get cared. They were trying to play too fast there. He didn't wait to get healed.
Both teams really don't have ultimates. I mean, yeah, we have the Widow ult, but like, we don't have any damaging ultimates.
Zoop goes down. Taking advantage of the sights and the info to jump up on that Widow. It's very good.
Absolutely, as now War has started thinking about getting on this point. Zach does have his ult, so get ready for that. Ooh,
Parasite gets hacked.
Parasite.
He goes down first. You do have the monkey ult out.
You do,
Epic
but now...
falls.
Oh, the Ajax!
Oh, the Ajax! No, you don't want to see that if you're down.
Oh, everyone's down. It's just Zach left on the point to fight for Dallas. And he falls as the
that's first. They don't get a touch. The Reaper's not going to be able to make it.
Yeah, Reaper can't make it. First game will go to War. And we'll have to see what Dallas will do here. I know last season when it was Ottawa versus Dallas, we went to 6 games. Let's see if we'll get that far, or maybe even a game 7.
I was gonna say that was honestly really great second point right there. There's a lot of back and forth, but War kind of dominated on that first map, and I think a lot of it came down to just the tempo that the DPS were able to play out. You saw Zoop and Apache both intermittently finding first picks. After the point flipped, though, there was a couple fights where Apache got picked off first. And I think that's going to be War's win con if their DPS can take and hold the tempo and sort of keep Parasite contained, because Parasite is sort of one of those pop off players for Dal. If you let him get rolling, he's going to be a problem.
Yeah. I mean, I absolutely agree. I think ever since I've been watching Dal this season, I've always thought that backline for them, those support duo, has been amazing. Now it's all about, can you get rid of that support line? And I think they've been doing a great job just picking off Log or Fran and making it just be like, all right, you have one support, let's go. You know, especially if you
God! I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. Adbon got a gifted sub from me in the chat. It finally happened. It's dedicated. It's in the script, ladies and gentlemen. If you know what that means, then you know what that means. Script readers, read up.
Adron finally got it. Wow. That's awesome. He finally got it. But I guess going into the second game, is there anything you think Dallas needs to adjust to? Maybe any changes they should try to do to go against War?
Honestly, I hate when log plays break because it makes me like, I don't know. I just I don't necessarily think it's something that they have to do or that they look the best on, but I will say Apache on the Sombra was running a little bit too unhinged in the backline on that first map. Maybe the Brig to sort of police the backline, protect the Ana, keep her stable. Maybe you want to see that. And yo, shout out Dill for the 5 gifted in chat. Don't think I missed it. I saw it. Everyone keep the hype train going. No,
Absolutely.
JK.
I mean, hey, if they want to, they gladly can. But we're going to Gibraltar. Looks like we're going to Gibraltar. You know, Winton's home. I think this is the Winton map, but don't know if you think the same.
I mean, in terms of composition wise, yes, it's the Winton map. Also, I think lore wise, it is where Winston made his base, sent out the Overwatch recall message, etc., etc. So,
Yeah, you got his
fitting.
house.
It's no Horizon lunar colony, but it's still somewhat lore fitting.
I mean, it has his like jars of peanut butter there and everything.
He set up shop here. He set up shop here.
And you think we'll get a Winton out of one of these teams?
I mean, we did get a little glimpse of Winston's from both sides last time. I still think Zach might opt for the Diva. I feel like they run better around the Diva. But I'm not sure what we'll see from DPS. He's proven to be quite flexible.
Ooh.
Probably more so than some of War's previous seasons. I feel like they've tried Zoo up on tank before.
They have.
I was gonna say I forget all the previous seasons, but I do know. I think DPS has by far been the best at flexing to things and getting value, like not just swapping for swap's sake, if that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, I absolutely agree. DPS has done a great job. Last time Zoop was in the finals for Emerald, he was tank for War, and it was against Dallas, and Dallas won that. But I do like the Alari pick from Log. That's a bit interesting.
We have Parasite on this far, one of the picks that he has gotten a lot of value on in some of these Emerald matchups.
Absolutely, as currently, so far, War is slowly but surely pushing it. Both teams are just kind of poking around. They're not doing
DPS
a
finds
ton
Log.
of falls.
Parasite's one, might go down. No, getting care from his Ana.
Absolutely, but I mean, look, Zoop is already under that bridge.
Yes, is just on the squishies. He does not care. He is pathing and finding his way to Zach's backline. He does not care. He is not interested in entertaining the Diva dive. He's just looking to go first.
Ooh, there is that Brig call you had. I know Log as Brig. I've had to play with it before firsthand. We'll see how it goes here.
Oh, and a touch coming out here.
Ooh, Zach's so
close
to death.
Yeah. Fran gets jumped on though.
But
Zach demeched.
Loses it.
And you just have DPS sort of cleaving all these squishies now.
Ooh,
Oh, Log finds
falls.
a pack on a Zoo up. The Diva
Zach
gets taken off the
falls.
field. Oh, Log's getting value on this break though.
He is.
Forces Primal. I was gonna say, War is not shooting the same thing, and I think the Primal Rage actually confused some of the DPS. The same targets aren't being shot.
Ooh. Light falls, but so does Apache. And Dallas manages to win that fight out.
Crazy hold. Huge stick from Light there too. Confirm a pick on the squishies. Yeah, if you're War there, you're kicking yourself in the butt. The focus fire just has to be better. No one was shooting the same thing. But a lot of cart progress here. Now we have other ultimates on the board. We have Log with the rally. We're looking at Bomb, Reaper ult from Dal. We're maybe looking to engage with Rush here and has a defensive ult in their own on the Lucio.
Yeah, they also already have the Brig ult.
Aggro beating.
The
EMP comes out. The Reaper ult gets shielded, but DPS falling low.
Ooh, there goes DPS. Parasite falls. Epic falls. Ah, there goes Icy.
Honestly, both teams sort of investing some big ults there. Dal used both of their support ults. However, Ward did use Beat and EMP. So if you come out on top there, you don't hate it. But we are looking to engage maybe with Rush here. If you're War, we're coming up on high noon. And we are on the counter pick for the Diva. We have the Zarya now.
I mean, yeah, it is for tanks. It's counter watch. You just gotta get it, but we'll see. There's that Diva bomb.
Finds no one.
Get it, anyone.
But Parasite finds the pick on Apache. The rush coming out. This could be big here. DPS able to use it.
Uzu up. Oh!
T-Max the Diva.
Neck, and gets rid of Zac.
This is big for
Parasite.
War.
Log. Last
Fran
one,
uncontested shooting from the high ground though.
But you need a touch point. There's that bomb. And there's the Hanzo.
They need to shoot the Tracer. Oh
that
no.
Ana was left alone too much. That Fran was able to help it out.
I was gonna say Fran uncontested on the height, and then honestly just lack of general target focus and awareness on the Tracer. It looked like Light just dancing left and right using his blinks back and forth on payload just was too much. They couldn't hit him.
I mean, yeah, I think the big factor in that, besides targets, was the Ana being left alone. I'm sure you know, just if Ana's just left alone, can make a complete havoc. Yeah,
and of course that's sort of what you lose out on if you're War. If you swap to the Diva counter on this map, you don't have any verticality left in your comp if you're on Cassidy, and I mean Hanzo has a little bit, but he sort of got taken out of the fight super early, so you don't really have anything then at that point to contest the Ana. Oh, and we have a DC coming out here from Dow.
I guess the excitement was too much for Light, and his PC was just like, "Hold on, we need a moment."
Yeah,
but
he messed up. He probably was trying to DDoS Icy, and he hit himself. But he should be back up and running in a couple minutes, I imagine.
Darn it! That's not what EMP is for. Don't use it on yourself.
Yeah, look. Sometimes you know, it's tricky. It's tricky.
It's tricky. This game is it's an indie game, okay? Indie game developer. Don't worry.
True, small indie company. Of course, even if he's not able to reconnect, we do have a sub now for Dow. They have a resident sleeper in their backline on Joker. So potentially, maybe we see some maps out of this end of the season ringer here. That might be exciting.
Oh man, if you had to get called in the middle of a finals, that'd be so rough.
A lot of pressure for sure.
It definitely is a lot of pressure because it's like, yeah, so how are you gonna change stuff? It's like, this is my first match. Is it his first match?
Panda said Light is loading back up.
Okay.
Said it was just a game issue. He didn't even get disconnected from Discord, ladies and gentlemen. We're okay.
We are okay. But So far, though, this has been a very even matchup, it feels like, for both sides, really.
Yeah, I was gonna say we definitely see some dominant pushes coming out from War, but they're just not able to close out. These end fight shenanigans. There's not enough target focus. Um,
Absolutely.
I was gonna say I really like the Winston pick. I think DPS was doing really good. I just think there were times where they needed to close out fights where the DPS had to be shooting what the Winston was shooting, and that was just not the case. There was not focus fire on anything.
As we are just now loading back up, it looks like, and we got the Zach Winton. That's fun, and we have Zarya.
I was gonna say I honestly don't like the Zarya pick. Not just because we have hindsight and we see that we're rolling out on Winston and not Diva, but just on this map, it's a little trickier to make it work. Of course, on defense, you're sort of given the high ground for free. You don't really have to work for it. You
Yeah.
just get access to all the stairwells and stuff from spawn. But this could be rough if you don't play it right. And DPS just starting on point, opting to start low.
I mean, yeah, if you're War, your whole job is can you stop them for 4 minutes, basically.
We have Icy on the Zen. I do think the Zen could be vulnerable, but you could get a lot of value from Discord here.
I mean, absolutely, yeah, especially with that Zarya. Once that beam gets 100, it can just melt whoever has that Discord.
And I was gonna say, Dal is just content here to push cart. They're getting a lot of free space. The monkey finally jumps.
Monkey jumps in. And he
gets
falls.
melted.
Light's
Log
pushing the
falling.
point.
Zoop, good pick on a Parasite. Fran frags on Epic. And no one's contested the Tracer yet. This is sort of the cheeky little thing you do when you play Tracer on this map. You get a lot of cart distance for free. So you can just leave, like Light just did.
I mean, absolutely, yeah, that's the good thing about Tracer. You can just run in and peel out.
Oh, but
instantly.
Zoop's caught off guard. And gets
Ooh.
absolutely sped on.
And there is Zach. He falls again, but Parasite now pushing the payload.
Yeah, and
As
Icy
War-
flexing how important and valuable that Discord orb is. Zach did not last long in that hallway.
No, he
And I think that's
did
sort
not.
of War's answer to the focus fire problem that they were having. They're bringing out this Discord and they're putting it on someone, and that is the target.
I mean, not a bad thing to do, as now they have a Maga, and then Maga's going down into that hallway, or is he going to drop over the top?
Parasite gets picked late, which is good if you're War.
Ooh, DPS is deep alone. Oh, he pulls out.
I was gonna say they have to be careful. They're looking a little split when they're like trying to walk back up and path to the high ground.
They are. It's, oh, your Parasite back on the Pharah. Ooh,
People falling dangerously low.
Parasite
The Flar gets
falls.
traded. Both teams are even now. Light lands a stick. Numbers in favor of Dal right now.
It
DPS
is.
trying to fight Zach. The Reaper
Ooh,
needs to
Zach
help.
falls.
DPS
The
just needs to
DPS.
care. Try to live.
Oh, he falls as well, but this whole time, oh, Parasite's now finally pushing the cart for Dallas.
I'll try to repay the favor.
And both tanks look like they'll be able to walk back for this fight here. As
Yeah, but-
long as both teams play stable. Zoop getting low.
Ooh, there's that Maga. He's back a little before that Zarya, but Zarya's now there. Popping the
Yeah,
bubble
grab.
early.
Get in there.
Ooh, there's all of the War team in that one corner.
Gonna say the nano just came out, overwhelmed them. And if you're War here, you can't die with ults. Yeah, we're waiting too long.
There is
Absolutely
a
too long.
cage. And yep, Dow will take map 2. We are 1-1 now in the series. This has been tight. This has been a tough fight though so far.
Honestly, it could have went either way. if you're War there, you gotta go first. Especially they had the Lucio. They probably should have taxied the Zarback when they had Grav. Just like for the grab. Because even there, if you grab the Malga off before he charges in with the Nano, you probably get value just from that. You don't even have to get trades. But unfortunately, we held back on the gas. We are all tied up here going into map 3.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I think, like you said during that match for Gibraltar, I think their biggest issue right now for War is that target prioritization. Like, it's just that Gibraltar map by itself, you focus that Tracer or Ana, you go much further. You might make it to the end. That's what it was feeling like. They were ready to go, but the uncontested Ana and then just the Tracer running around just lost that very last fight, and Dallas was able to capitalize on it.
I'm interested to see here how exactly War adapts now.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going with New Junk City, sort of cutting off any sort of dive. You could make dive work, but probably
You
got to lean
definitely
into
can.
more of a brawl comp or a hybrid comp, something that sort of favors them.
Yeah, I mean, definitely though. I mean, we've seen DPS pull out the Rhine and the Roadhog, which I feel like for Flashpoint it can work. It's just really dependent on what the rest of your team will do and if your DPS will get rid of that backline.
Honestly, I just because I don't know how War would deal with it or how
Mhm.
Dal would deal with it. I kind of want to see them. I want to see War do something with the Mei. I think that
Ooh.
could be incredibly frustrating to play against. And I think if you could get one of the DPS to flex to that, it sort of gives DPS the extra frontline presence with him. And I think Dal sort of falls apart when they get split. So I think playing around Mei's walls and some of these chokes here would actually benefit them greatly. But we'll see what they have cooked up.
Yeah, I mean, a really good thing to try at least would be maybe like a Roadhog and a Mei. That way, then you could maybe pull in like a Zac or a Log or a Fran and just ice it, knock them out real quick, and then just keep going.
True.
Like
Uh,
that Roadhog and Mei combo, if done right, can be such a complete nightmare to deal with.
Oh, and hot off the press, it looks like chat has just announced that if you are friends with Icy on Overwatch, right-click his profile and report him. It has come to our attention. His endorsement level has gone too high, and we need to get him chat banned again.
Wow. It's too high. Wonder if we'll get a Junker Queen or. You think I'm sure we'll get a Maga at some point on this map. Maga is just kind of one of those things that's just like, whatever. Just play him. He's good wherever.
Ready for battle.
Ooh, we get the Rhine. Oh, wow. They are. Man, Zac cannot walk into that team at all. Got the Reinhardt and the Reaper ready to blow him up if they walk too close.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
Arena.
Let's see. It looks like Dal will probably get to point first. They have the Lucio roll out. But then again, the speed boost from spawn, they sort of get here evenly.
They
Both teams
get
sort
there.
of posturing.
Yeah.
Dal looking to wrap, do some poke damage. course, they have to be careful. Apache is on the Hanzo. Might be able to find someone.
Point unlocked.
Maybe. Apache falling really low, but he's getting the care he needs for it as DPS gets onto the point.
They're gonna have to drop, or they're just gonna let War cap.
And Flashpoint to give up that point is
And there
not
it is.
good.
Apache finds a pick, and Zoop following up on Parasite, and now it's all in from War. They're looking to chase some of these kills here.
They are as Light falls, but Apache is gone. I mean,
Just
hey,
Light able to take one with him.
that's a good trade though. If you're War, you get 3, you lose 1. Do that trade all day.
Yeah, but you do have Dal sort of being able to group faster with the Lucio. They're already sort of posturing again.
They do, but currently ults are pretty even for both teams. It feels like. Oh, Icy falls, and DPS so close to falling already. He falls as well, and there
And
goes
Zoop
Log.
trading one.
We're already at 85%. That's why in Flashpoint it's so important to win that first team fight.
I was
We're
gonna say
at
now
90.
we are looking at ultimates on the board.
Yeah,
But
if you
honestly,
are-
if War plays fast enough, they might be able to get some ults out here before Beat comes online. I think that's the big win condition here, if they go fast first.
Absolutely. You have almost every ultimate for your team at your ready. And here they come. They are now going in. Zach goes in.
Sort of alone here. Oh, no, he walks back.
There's Dragon.
Oh,
There's
and a
Shatter.
big dragon, but the
Zach
it
falls.
doesn't even matter. Zach gets out-damaged by the dragon. The Beat gets
Parasite.
out-damaged.
Parasite gets rid of Icy. Zuap falls, but Parasite falls. Cole is out, but he falls.
Both
And-
teams sort of a cluster of ults there, but it comes out in the side in favor of War.
You have Apache and DPS fighting it out as they will take the first point in this Flashpoint map.
Next, flashpoint.
Now War only has the rush online. Dal about to have their Malga ult and the rush online.
They do, but also you gotta, that Reinhardt ult also charges up so fast.
That is true. He did just use it. We're nearing the halfway point on the ult. He might be able to get some big cleave damage here in this room, in this choke. I see finds a pick on a Parasite. Getting picked early. That's not what you want to see. And Zoop on this flank, able to take out Log.
Falls. There goes their speed.
We're just able to win the off-angle fights going into this, and they get an easy first cap. No ults needed.
As we have Parasite back on that Pharah that he loves to use.
Gonna say, taking advantage of War not having a hit scan DPS on the field right now. But as I said that, I was gonna say we are that much closer to Shatter. We almost have another dragon up.
There's Kasune, but Apache falls, so does Light. Kasune out. Both Kasunes are out.
Honestly,
Reinhardt
DPS is
falls.
just swinging on the Rhine.
Oh, Ryan falls down, but Log falls. And there goes Zach. He fell as well. You have basically all of War still on that point. Ready.
Yeah, and they won that convincingly, and Apache was able to go back to spawn, and with that death, and now he's reset on a hit scan to help counter the Pharah.
Absolutely, yes. Light went off the Cassidy. Now he's on Reaper, which
And Dal doesn't get a touch
Oh.
here.
they don't. They're down 0-2. Log falls again, and Zach falls. So does Fran.
Yeah, that was just honestly a timing issue. They didn't have time to get the touch.
Parasite falls. So does Light.
And now you have... Oh, they need to be careful. War has to be careful with their pathing here. They're pathing very close to the spawn.
For 2 of them, and it's very close to their spawn, but 3 of them. But it looks like they'll get away just
See,
fine.
they managed to make it okay. And we have a Diva swap coming out. No more Far. We're on the Venture again, on the Tracer. But honestly, if you're War, you might just only commit Shatter here.
Oh, absolutely. You might as well. Oh, use Shatter and then Blossom. Just destroy everyone if it's a fat Shatter.
Honestly, cap without committing anything.
And
there it is. You called
Blossom with a double. And there's a Cole. This is an expensive fight for War, using 3 ultimates.
Yeah,
for that
for War,
fight.
you definitely want that Cole back.
Absolutely, especially if you couldn't get rid of that mech on Zac. But I mean, you're about to have Visor Rush soon, so that should be all right.
So Ulticon's looking fairly close if War gets their
Ooh, Apache
rush back online.
went low. Light almost falling. There is that beat from Log. Zua falls.
Enemy spotted.
And there's that Visor. It is out. And can they get rid of anybody? Parasite
Find Sombra.
falls.
Light blinks
Light
off the
falls.
map. DPS
Fran
finds
falls.
Fran. And it's War cleanup. The
Lord.
rush comes out just for a little BM maybe.
Oh, there
just to
is
secure
the
it.
beat. And it's just Zac. He's fighting for this point with everything he's got, and he falls. Parasite's trying to run, and he can't get there.
Defeat.
There it is. I was gonna say map 3 in the books. Series 2-1 going up in favor of War.
Play of the game.
As now we are, for War, it's 2 games away. 2 more wins to your first chip in Emerald. And for Icy to finally break that curse, for Dallas, this is a revenge series. They really want to win this.
I was gonna say let's not Caster's curse anything just yet.
You're right. We're pretty early.
I was gonna say it's still early, still close. But if you're War, you are looking to ride the wave off that match. And if you're Dow, you're sort of wondering what maps, what comps can you run to sort of swing things back in your favor, right? Because to me, at least, it looks like War is winning some of these off-angle duels where they're getting early picks, and that's usually something that you see from Parasite on Dow. Usually, he is the policer of off angles. He's taking usually early first picks, or he comes on late flanks or late off angles and he finds a couple of picks. And it seems like War's been beating him to the punch almost every time tonight. Even Icy found him, I think, once or twice early on his Kiri. He picked him off his Kiri a couple times heading into some of these fights. So if you're down, maybe, I don't know, you're looking to play comps that are a little tighter, play together a little bit more, and maybe ease off taking some of these duels or taking some of these off angles that are contested by multiple people.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, you're right. I think War has done a really great job. And seeing that we are going to Esperanza, at least that's what it's looking like at the moment, I'm going to guess we are going to get Log Ball. As we know, Log Ball was pretty great. He's been pretty good at it all season. Last series when they were against Pitt, Game 5, Log came out with the ball and he was able to clutch it up. And we'll have to see. Looks like they are calling out the Log Ball possibly. At least from that pick, that's what I'm guessing.
I was going to say, I feel like that's what we're fated to no matter what. We're going to see a Log Ball here. And it's really caused a problem for a lot of these Emerald teams. And that's what I meant earlier, too, when I was talking about some of these scrappy fights Dallas had throughout the season. This map has kind of been the equalizer in a lot of them, securing them close victories because Log swaps to this ball. And to be quite frank, no one's really had an answer for it yet. It's sort of an unusual thing to see. You don't see a lot of ball and ladder. I don't even really think you see ball that much in organized play. I mean, I think even at the highest tier, there's players that play ball well, but there's you sort of, in my opinion, you have to go and commit, like you go all in on the ball comp because you need the players around the ball to be competent enough to play differently and around it, right? He's not structured like any of the other tanks in Overwatch, so that sort of makes things interesting, especially here in Emerald. It's not something a lot of the players are used to seeing, and despite my disdain for it, Log has been able to get a ton of value out of the ball this season.
Absolutely. As when we get the ball, we will. The only downside I can see of it is if they finally do have an answer for Log Ball, what do you know, then Log's now tank for this map. It's really going to be, can War finally beat the Log Ball? No one's really had a great answer for it yet this season, and we'll see.
I was going to say, unfortunately, a lot of the answers in most cases, especially when fights become disorganized, is you just ignore the ball. You have to go on their backline first. Of course, Dow, probably knowing this, probably willing to play around that. And both teams sort of looking to scout, get off angles first, poke out the Sombras, poke out the balls, get information.
Yeah, both teams are kind of... Ooh, there
Zach
goes Zach!
falls first. Log hacked, probably going to get forced out of the fight or fall. Yep, he falls. Fran
As
just
Fran
in a
falls.
mess of War players. Just absolutely no chance after the ball falls there for her to escape.
I mean,
We're
you
gonna
got
see-
Sombra and Reaper. That is the most anti-ball almost you could get. As Log goes to Maga.
Immediately, not even going to try to pressure the ball, or pressure the backline with the ball anymore.
Nope. As Winton is out there, and I think Winston can still do pretty good. And
Log
there
falling
goes
a little low.
Yes.
Suzu coming out from Dow. Parasite looking for hacks in the backline, but DPS able to peel. Cleanse out from War, big, stop the stomp.
Ooh,
But
Apache
still falls. And
So does
Zuop goes
Zuop.
down.
I mean, yeah, if you're War, your whole goal here is to just waste as much time as you can. There goes Fran, but DPS falls.
And Epic sort of making a mistake here. I was gonna say gets staggered.
Heavily.
Honestly, it's not too bad with the wave respawn. You see a couple seconds get shaved off his respawn timer there, and he's back up. But ideally, you probably just want to die in point there to deny the card progress until you get killed.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. As War now working to get back together, and
Light gets assassinated by
falls.
Apache.
wow, and there is the Maga. He gets rid of Sombra. There's that early Kasune.
And Log misses. He misses the Malgo. No one's in it.
That's two big ults from the side of Dallas. And there is the monkey ult. He is out. There's EMP.
It might be all for naught.
That
Yeah.
ooh, Icy falls, but very expensive fight for Dallas to lose there.
Yeah, and it looks like the picks finally go in the favor of War. It's finally cleaned up. Log gets staggered there at the end. Again, gets a couple seconds shaved off that respawn timer. But War is just back chugging along, trying to make it to that checkpoint so they have the advanced forward spawns.
I mean, they are wanting to strive for it, and it looks like they're gonna get it. They do. Without much contest, really, there on that second fight. As, there's that Kasune. There's Beat. Ooh, there's Zuop. A Parasite falls.
We're looking a little split right now. They're still stable.
Ooh,
Zach,
there's Zach, he falls.
and the EMP goes out in the back line. Fran falls. Log has no support at this point. He's just a one-man wrecking crew.
Absolutely, as there goes Light, and you know, for Dow, I mean, I don't know, maybe you need to bring the ball out, or maybe.
I was gonna say, I think War sort of figured it out. You don't really want to shoot this Malga, like, the comp you're running's committed to just leaving him alone, and that's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, they're having the perfect targets. Go after those supports, get rid of them, and then worry about everyone else. Those supports have to fall.
And we have the ball, the swap comes out, they're back committed to it. Unfortunately, I think the answer is the same. You just, if you're War, you just ignore him. You're shooting squishies, it's been working. You don't need to contest the ball unless he's full committed.
Yeah, like right there where he's on a DPS and support as Zach falls, but so does DPS. And there's that Death Blossom, gets rid of Light.
Able to get one before the hack goes off.
The core of War is staying up, but Ball's trying to keep him off a point. As Parasite will start walking that bot away. Icy falls.
Now, if you're War here, I think you just want to fight to get some ults off the board, maybe.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, you don't want to use your Q there. Nope. Just waste as much time as you can.
Zuup needs to be careful. He's sort of back here. Oh, and he gets found.
He does, but for War, you have 3 ultimates versus Dallas is about to have all 5.
And Apache gets poked out here. Oh my god! Log rolled right by him. He was able to get out there.
By him. Wow. Ooh, there's that ultimate. Gets the Sombra. And there's the EMP. Gets rid of Icy. Zuup falls. DPS is gonna fall. And that's a good cleanup, but that's an expensive fight for Dallas. That was 4 ultimates in that fight. Now they have Hog. Alright, they're done with Ball. You have the most anti-Ball now. Hog, Sombra, and Reaper. Yeah, you must have you just must not like Ball at all.
I was gonna say, honestly, the backline of War just really needs to watch out for Parasite on the Sombra. I think he's been being a nuisance enough that the Ball has been able to do a little bit more now this time around.
Absolutely.
And as I say that, he finds a hack on Icy.
Fran falls. The Cole is out. As War will start pushing that bot back. Maybe they'll get it where Dallas won't get that forward spawn.
And Light able to live, even though he was sort of caught out unawares there, able to path back to his team. But War has to be careful here. They're a little split. Alright, they're walking back together.
Ooh, there's Log. And Patchy falls. Ooh, Epic going low, but he doesn't fall. Fran falls. They traded.
It's still in favor of Dow.
Ooh, there goes Epic. He falls as well. As they're trying to get rid of that Kiriko, they do.
And like I said, Apache or Parasite is just finding tremendous value in the backline. These hacks are coming out. He's landing the virus, and then someone else is just cleaning up the kill, whether it's Log on Ball or Light with the left click on Cassidy. But again, he finds a first pick. I was going to say, the answer here is probably... Honestly, I think we see a cast come out. We mirror the DPS lineup.
Ooh, there's that ball as Dallas is creeping closer and closer to take this lead back. And there's that Kasune rush. Parasite falls. So does Apache. The Sombras got traded. And there is that Zach Brig getting rid of Icy. As Epic falls. DPS is still up. And he can't, as Dallas will. Yeah, they're gonna take. Ooh, a double kill from White. Big high noon.
Maybe you should just stay out of my way. Let's keep it up.
As now we have the Rhine back. We have a minute left. We are getting close to the end. There's that EMP. Kasune is out, but now you have that Reinhardt. Zuaf falls. You know, if you are Ryan, I mean, that ball in your face, you can deal with it.
I think the problem sort of lies in if the Rhine's going to be able to brawl and actually swing on anyone. Right there they were, because the Squishies found themselves on point, trying to be pushed up and play around
Ooh,
the fact they
Apache
were going to cap.
falls. They need care. Their tank needs a lot of care as Sombra's in their face. There is Cole. It's out. There's the Shatter. Only gets
Mine's
one. There's
light.
Kasune. And Apache is close to falling. Fran is left alone, though. No one getting Fran.
Gonna say
As now War has to stay on the spot.
the log ball going for a roll through.
He is, but he needs that ultimate. He needs that ultimate badly.
Honestly, he might get it.
He does.
He has it, yeah.
They got rid of forward spawn. There's that ult. They need to touch bot. They've left bot. And Dallas will take map 4. And now we're going to game 5. 2-2.
Play of the game.
This is a tight series though. This has been tooth and nail type of a war here.
Gonna say series all tied up 2-2. But of course, map pick, ball back in War's court. They're able to pick something that sort of suits their playstyle and their needs.
Absolutely, as no matter what, we are at least going to a game 6 at the minimum. We might. I'm pretty sure it'd be the first time in Emerald. It would be a game 7, possibly. You know, if you're the side of War, the big thing there is still target prioritization. It was doing really great for a while, and then once Log went back on that ball, he did a lot of great work, it felt like, and really shook them up.
Yeah, and I can't
Ooh.
undermine just how much like Parasite does hard carry. He is just literally, he's in the back line, he lands a hack, he lands the virus on a target that's isolated,
Yep.
it falls over. Like he has been detrimental to like keeping this Dallas, like sort of these comps, some of these fights alive or keeping tempo in their favor. So I think again, those first maps that you saw War win, they were sort of keeping Parasite off the Sombra, but also just not letting him off angle, not letting him get away with anything. And here on the Sombra, on that map, and that comp, he was just able to do so much. So again, I think that is sort of the answer to picking Dal apart.
Yeah.
Because as we saw, even at the beginning of that map, when War went for that big wrap, they were sort of scouting, they were poking, prodding. The Sombra was getting caught out of invis, wasn't able to do anything, wasn't able to do much. But once Dal sort of got together, got their heads back together, able to play and take map control the way they wanted, it went in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with your earlier point about the Parasite just getting those great picks, great hacks, you know, and it's really interesting. It's been basically whose DPS will clear out the others' backline the fastest, it feels like. And they've been pretty even at times, but yeah, we're just gonna have to see who will get rid of who first. We've seen great plays though from everyone so far in this finals.
And it looks like if you are a fan of Kings Road, that's where we're going to be heading next. You love to see it. Classic map. One of our head production enthusiast, Andrew, one of his favorite maps to play on. We get to see it here in Emerald Grand Finals. We're very excited.
I'm meeting my mic to say it is bad. Boo.
It is definitely Andrew's favorite, as you know, he's totally a Rhine me. You know, you gotta watch him out as Rhine.
And I was going to say, speaking of Rhine, DPS has played Rhine now a couple of times on a couple of maps. Might feel right at home here in Kings Row. Might be able to make the Rhine work.
Well, I know the last time we were at Kings Row with Dallas, they went against Pitt, and we saw a little bit of the Rhine mirror, but Recon did a really good job in that fight matchup of Rhine versus Rhine. And we'll have to see, you know, will they run out with Rhine, or maybe they'll go Maga because they're going to think maybe DPS will go Rhine. We'll have
Or
to see.
do we get treated to a log ball on a map that isn't Esperanza? Is there a chance?
That would be.
I was gonna say,
very
is log
interesting.
just stepping in, putting the big boy pants on, and tanking? Is that the answer?
I mean, it definitely would be an unexpected twist of events, but
He hovers the ball in the loading screen.
don't know if that's for jokes or if he's really going to be tank, you know. But for this, I mean, ball can definitely work. I just feel like it's a lot more difficult here than it was at the push maps, I feel like. A lot of
We'll
little
see
nooks.
here in a second.
Absolutely. And he is.
He is locked on tank.
Ooh, we have the May, though, on the side of war. That is very interesting. All you need is this ball to get trapped once against that Reinhardt, and that ball will not escape.
See, I think it's interesting, though, because even though we have the May wall, Ball's one of those characters, and this is one of those chokes. You're going to put the wall up, and the ball's going to roll through. He's not looking to stop or swing at anything and choke. He might go for a roll through and try to bump into people. He's not looking to stay there. So with no hard CC, I don't think this wall's going to get as much value as we want it, especially Dal is on sniper DPS, so the ball being cut off really isn't a big deal. That's sort of the whole point of this comp.
Just what I needed.
And like you already see, the ball's just like taking space and poking for free. The wall comes up, but Log's perfectly content to just roll around.
He is perfectly content with that, but... And here he comes, he drops in!
You have Parasite looking around. Invis catches the May out. We'll be okay, though. DPS able to pin Parasite. You love to see it if you're a Ride player.
Ball again, trying to get in that back line, trying to get annoying.
Yep, and he's just going through for roll-throughs, looking to get some resources out. Got Suzu out.
Ooh,
Light finds a
Apache
pick.
falls.
And honestly, that's going to be the aggro pusher, I believe. I think Ball's going to be looking to go heavy on the back line now.
Uzuap falls. DPS falls, Apache falls, and there they go. Those other people do fall. Oh, we're getting the hog. I was expecting it. I mean, you gotta stop this ball. This ball has been doing great work so far.
And Light getting a pick on a Zoop to open up the fight. Really helped Dal just push right through this choke without
Ooh,
any
there
contest.
goes Log. He falls, but you know, now they gotta get rid of the DPS. Ooh, there goes Apache. Parasite falls. Log is gonna go to Diva.
Now, honestly, I kind of want to see Icy just literally flank calls and kill Light. He's just hard scoping this angle. He'd have no idea.
I mean, absolutely. You need to get rid of this Widow. Or at least do something to help, you know, the Widow not stay in that same spot.
And you have Zoop going for it, but the Widow's already rotated up. And now he's just on a flank alone.
He is, but he gets Light.
He gets there.
There's
But a huge ult from
Parasite.
Parasite.
Ooh, Icy close to death. So is the Moira. And if supports fall, Zoop will fall, but he gets Parasite.
All targets eliminated.
As now we have the Log tank.
And I don't think you get a touch here if you're War. It'll be close. No, the soldier probably had to commit. Oh, maybe the Hog's able to squeeze on. Ooh, boop by the Diva.
Ooh, does he get a point? No, he does not get a point. We're now talking about 5 minutes for Dallas on this last point. Zoop falls.
Time Zoop.
Oh, there's that Diva bomb. And Icy,
Icy.
falls.
And Log sort of able to play the Diva just much more in tempo to deal with the Hog. Not finding nearly as much value as earlier when Zach was on the Diva. Sort of definitely just playing to sort of police and bully the Hog.
Absolutely. They do not want that Hog to have a good time. They know what that Hog can do if left alone. And what a hook. What a
No
sleep.
follow-up. Fran lives.
Ooh, getting rid of Fran.
And a lot of ults coming out.
Absolutely.
Log is still in the back line.
He is alone. And there goes the Diva mech. And he's jumping off the map.
That was smart though. He didn't waste any time.
No,
He didn't get staggered. Knew he had to go.
Not so fast.
For War, you gotta
And
hold this.
immediately swapping to the ball. Could potentially pressure the back line here by just going for roll-throughs, bullying
I mean,
squishies.
Absolutely, especially if you start picking up that that payload, you can really make some pressure happen. As the ball trying to get after that Moira, but can't.
And as you already see the Hog playing just to police the ball, giving so much space to Light and the DPS to just like have wide, long angles that they want. Oh, but Zach's mispositioned. Literally a max range hook, but Log Trey's Icy. And ults are coming out from both sides.
And there's Visor. Visor is out. Light's up alone, not getting contested up there. Apache falls.
Oh, and a hook
and
onto
he gets
Light.
hooked.
And a big investment from War there in the ult department, but they live to fight another day.
And there's that anti. There's that ball. Oh, it is out. There's Trans.
DPS needs to be careful. He does get anti.
Ooh,
And he does. He falls.
And
Oh, but
if
Icy going in the back to help assassinate Fran. But the payload, guys, the payload.
The payload will make it to the end with about 2 minutes on the clock. Now it is War's time to see how fast they can push this all the way to the end.
I was gonna say they were able to get trades in that last fight, but unfortunately they flipped the map to do it, and in doing so, Dow was able to just push it in.
I mean, absolutely. It has been very interesting, though, so far to see this tank swap. and they stay with it, you know, with the log tank.
I was gonna say, honestly, I think Log is just doing a better job of
Ready for battle.
playing around War's like Foley's, to be honest. He sees when someone's out of position or when key cooldowns are being used when he's on ball and he just goes for it. And then equally on that Diva, he sort of just was playing straight up bully ball to police and bully the hog, and it stopped getting value.
Enhancing your strength.
Not to mention, I'm playing a little bit of gymnastics here with the picks. He rolls out on the Mauga now.
4,
Going into Azaria, though, that is a bit interesting. We'll have to see.
defend objective A.
Oh, never mind. We have the Winton. The Winton can definitely work. It just depends if they can get rid of that high ground super fast.
An Apache picked off by Parasite. I was gonna say, the Mei playing in a very strange angle to sort of police it. Oh, but Suop wins the Widow 1v1. We're even. And DPS immediately swapping once able to see that Maug is on the field. And of course, Mei playing for the wall, but they know he's there. Sends a damage orb to poke him out. And now War's gonna walk up with this space.
Absolutely, as now we have the Ana uncontested in the top. Oh, it falls down. Ball
Falls down.
close to death.
Got one here.
And
the
there they
Mei-
are.
Dangerously
There's
low.
that ice wall.
An Epic able to get out with his life.
Careful! There's a sniper.
Zuop's won, but he doesn't care. He just keeps peeking.
They're taking our point.
Ooh, actually, War right there was able to get a little bit of progress. There's that ice wall. It's back out. As Log will dive in, and he's low on health. He falls.
Parasite wrapping from behind.
Ooh, there
Oh, but the
goes
sights come out.
Fran.
They don't care though. They're just walking, getting these kills up front, and now they're gonna turn back and look at the Mei.
They are, as Mei is, yep, last left. Now they went back to Ball. Ball's trying to touch point. He's gonna touch point. Ball is back out just to try to kill more time.
Honestly, if the Sombra falls, it
Ooh.
might have been worth it. They just weren't able to get the pick on the Sombra.
No?
Honestly, it looked like Dal wasn't really committed to touching so much as it was just Log looking to eat up a little bit of that time bank.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, yeah, your whole thing is here. You want to stop them as much as you can. And those seconds matter. Zuwap falls.
You have the ball pressuring Icy on point, making the other members of War turn around and look.
They have to, as that ice wall is up. And now it's just the supports. There's a huge EMP. DPS gets 2 kills.
I was gonna say that was big. We do
Log
need to have a
is on
conversation
point.
with this Moira though about these coalescences. We keep committing them when fights are already over and won.
Absolutely, not the greatest, but Log does fall. You know, Cole wasn't that great. Especially now when you look at Dallas, they have basically every ult in the game ready. Versus War only has the one.
Nazar walled. Oh, able to find the crack.
They are. Ooh, pulling out the Brig ult pretty early, honestly.
Careful, we're outnumbered.
Honestly, if you're War, you want to start walking this back now. Everyone get out with their lives. That's actually huge. You got the mines out early. They're going to be gone for next fight.
Yeah, you
One
got
less
rid
thing
of.
you have to worry about.
You got rid of the Brig ult and the Ball ult. I mean, those two ults can definitely win a whole team fight by themselves.
But you do
still
have the
have
Blizzard
May.
from May, which is a little alarming. And there it is. You're going to see it come out. Does it catch anyone? It looks like it's going to catch Epic.
It does catch Epic. As that ball is still going in. Parasite up there alone. Can't get that kill. Ooh, Zach falls. He got greedy.
And that's a good pick. Now we're coming back up on our ults finally. Ward's had the Econ roll around to their side. You just want to get it out before this Nano Visor comes out.
Absolutely. As a Parasite falls, I
And
see
Light's
it's left alone.
on this flank, sort of thinking about maybe coming from behind and pop it. But they know the Ana's in the small room. DPS is frantically looking around. They don't know who to chase.
And there goes Fran. That's their healing. Balls. There's the ball. But it doesn't really get anyone, it feels like. Light falls. Ball ult was just kind of wasted, it felt like. As Ward looks to keep pushing, and Log is fighting for this point. Ooh, Apache falls. There goes the ball. There's that great ice ball up to save them, but it gets rid of Fran. It gets rid of both supports. We still have 2 ultimates for the side of War, and you know, for Dallas, they've been holding on to 3 ultimates. Feels like for a hot minute as we get the Log Reinhardt.
Zoop heating up though, finds 2 picks on the respawns.
Ooh,
Make it
Log
3.
falls.
Log staggered. And Zoop holding this angle, waiting. Oh, he's hot. He is hot, ladies and gentlemen.
There's Blizzard.
Mail coming out, not finding anyone. Splits the Zarya off.
It does, but now for Dallas, I mean, you got a touch point. Parasite falls. There's Visor, but Light falls.
Light falls
This
instantly.
Christine. There goes Zach, he falls, and it's just Log, he falls as well.
And that's only like a
overtime.
30-second difference, ladies and gentlemen.
In the game of Overwatch, 30 seconds, I mean, it's basically a fight. You gotta see who will dominate more. I feel like 30 seconds is a team fight.
I was gonna say, War's DPS absolutely heating up in that last bit of the map there. And now sort of evening up this overtime push we're gonna see. Dow having the advantage when it comes to the clock, but honestly, both teams sort of a tight time bank to work with. Dow, a little more leeway. You almost have 2 minutes on the clock. You have time to make adjustments when you attack, sort of feel out, poke, and see what the defense is doing.
Yep.
But before we get to that, War is going to have to take a crack at Dow's defense here.
Well, crack again at their defense as we see Log already opting for the Maga. I was pretty sure he was Maga for the most part in their first push, you know, in the first point defense until it fell, and then they went to Ball.
And Parasite, he's opting for the big boy pants. He said, hand me the Widow, Light, take a step back. He's like, I want to take a crack at this, but Zoop's not set to play Widow here.
Nope, he is Symmetra to help with TPs, and we'll see. Oh, there's those little turrets. They are up, and they just get deleted. We'll have to
Looks like
see.
War's vision is a little split here. Oh,
Ooh,
and
Zoop
Zoop.
falls, but Reaper's up top. DPS falls.
Oh, and like it's
Apache.
if Apache's able to live here, that could be good for the recontest here. Oh, but he isn't patient. He gets picked.
He gets picked. Winston is out, so there's that vertical threat as he's trying to get rid of that Winston. And they're able to fight for the point. There goes Parasite. He's on the left now, and DPS will fall.
Ooh, Zuop finding a pick. Ooh, Parasite finding two,
Ooh.
though.
Ooh, Icy getting that.
Moira by your side.
Getting the
He
Widow
will
finally.
be able to just chillax and hang out here. DPS able to touch. Icy gets himself out of the back
They
rooms.
need to touch point. And they will. Icy falls, DPS falls, Zuop will fall. They almost have Kasune. If they can just hold on a little longer.
No, it looks like they get stonewalled here.
They do. Now it is up to War to see if
Score.
maybe I guess a tie. I don't
Switching sides.
know. You can't let Dallas basically touch this point in the slightest, though. No, you can't. You literally can't let them touch. I don't think, at least. Or do they have to get first tick?
They have to get a tick. They have to get a tick.
They have to get a tick. Okay. What happens if they don't get a tick?
Then we have our first draw of the season.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard of a draw ever happening
Ready for
in the league, but I mean, it could definitely happen. Oh, it could. We'll
This-
see.
Could be interesting for a draw.
If it happens, I mean, that would be insane. As go into it now, we have the Reinhardt versus Ball, which I don't know how I feel about that against each other.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Don't know how I feel about Ryan into Ball, but we'll have to see as the ball is out.
If you're Dal here, you have more time to sort of adapt and change if you don't like the first look you get here.
Ooh, Zuop gets killed right away. Log just getting free damage, it feels like. And he's gonna get rid of Bastion. As now they have Reaper. And there is that point progression. It's getting up there. Icy falls. The res on Light.
Some picks coming back for Dal, but it's not going to be enough. The Ryan just not really able to do anything against his comp. He's sort of just a shield.
He is just a big body shield as Bastion's out, but they have to stop this progression. As Light gets a great kill, Icy falls, it's just DPS. Oh, Zuop is about to be on point. And Dow will take the tick. Dow takes game 5. As now we are walking to game 6. Match point for Dallas. Really great play there from Parasite, though. Great double kill. As honestly, the log tank has been, it seems like a really great change for Dallas, it feels like.
And this is the first time in the series, I believe, that Dal's going to start pulling away with the lead.
Dow does for the first time pull for the lead as you know, for War, I mean, seeing the change now of tank, it feels like from the Zac to Log, it is a bit different as, you know, Zac for the most part has always played a lot of tank versus Log is known to play a lot of like support. He plays a lot of Lucio. Seeing them swap it is a bit different, but it is working so far.
Yeah, and if you're War, I don't know what DPS's full tank capabilities are, but honestly, I know they saw little success doing it back the first time they met this team. I feel like if Dal is just gonna play the counter swap Olympics, um, you just opt for the mirror. Like we did see DPS pull out Mauga, and after that matchup, he literally full transparently said, "I don't know what this character does. I've never played them. It's a new character since I've been playing the game. Literally never played them." And he actually picked them up and actually started stomping with them. So I think anytime Log goes for the Mauga, honestly, I think they just opt for the mirror. You run the Kiri. We've already been having huge cleanses for the anti-nade, so Fran's Ana is kind of irrelevant. And I think that might be the answer if you're War. And as far as the ball goes, honestly, I think Diva's in such a solid spot that if he plays Diva, bringing out the Diva pick to help peel when he needs to, but also Diva has just been absolutely nuking squishies all season long. I think that might be the answer, to just mirror anything that's not ball, and once the ball comes out, to play Diva. I honestly think that might be the answer.
Yeah, I do like the Diva call right there for the ball. Both of these Sombras have been doing great, though. Been really annoying in that backline. Log, though, and Kings are really got good towards the end. But yeah, we'll have to see what map they're going to pick for this. I know we saw Zach play a little bit. He played a little bit of Lucio so far. He's played some Mercy as well. And, for Fran, for the most part, we've just seen Fran on the Ana nonstop.
And again, I think that could be an answer too. You just go first onto Dow's backline.
Yeah. I always feel like, you should always get rid of those supports first. They should be your first thing in every fight. You just go after and just get rid of them. Because without them, it's only a matter of time till everyone else falls. As we are going to Saravasa
Traveling to Suravasa.
for Game 6. For War, they need to win this if they want it to push it to our first Game 7. And for Dallas, they need to get this if they want to just finish this up. You think we're going to still see Log as the tank?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think if it's broke, don't fix it. I was gonna say Log has not lost a tank map yet. Honestly, I don't know what universe we're in that Log might be the MVP tank of Emerald, but here we are.
He might be the hero tank that we needed. As now, yeah, we got Ball versus Ryan, which is just very rough, I feel like. I mean, it can work, it's just rough.
Initial flashpoint.
Yeah, it especially sucks because we don't have a Lucio, so the Ryan's, he's never gonna be able to swing on anything. He's just gonna be stuck there in no man's land.
Absolutely, as that ball already getting in the back line. There he is. Ooh, he gets pinned right away. And he falls. Quickly.
And DPS with a snipe of a fire strike onto the backline.
Great
All
kill
right.
so far.
And first cap going in favor of War. And now we see instantly the ball doesn't get the look, Log swaps.
Absolutely, as now we have Maga, but you still have Parasite as Sombra. That can make some headaches for that Maga. DPS already halfway to his ult. He is went in. Zach falls. But so does Apache.
And Epic goes down. Parasite finding hacks from the high ground.
They are, but DPS is fighting for this point, and he
And
gets
he
rid of Light.
Light out. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate. And now you're sort of in this catch-22 of you have Shatter, you want to do something with it. But as Ryan, with your comp into this comp, you're just watching as your team falls all around you. Like, look, Parasite's set up on this off angle, ready to harass your backline as you walk in. And sure enough, that looks like what might happen.
Ooh, there is that Shatter. And he doesn't get anyone, it feels like. Zach falls again. War back taking over the point.
And
there
Log
goes
is
Icy.
content to play and go second. Find picks on this backline.
Ooh, there's Cage. Epic. Ooh, Fran
yes, takes
falls.
one with him. And able to max this point out, it looks like, before the flip goes through. And now you might see a swap here from DPS.
You might. We will have to see. No, I think he's opting to say is that Reinhardt.
Cannot escape me.
I don't know if they're saying the Reinhardt just to be like, we don't want to deal with Ball. We'd rather deal with Maga.
Maybe. And he is 54%. He's halfway back to that Shatter already.
And they did get rid of Cage in that fight, so that's pretty big. Ooh, and there goes Log again. He's in. There's Kasune Rush.
Oh, a pin
Parasite
off to
falls.
Parasite! These pins are wild. And the Kiri and Ryan flip the point.
They are going to flip the point. High Noon is out for Light.
What a
He
big
gets
slam.
Icy.
Suop with
Suop.
one to counter. Log falls.
It's just
Zach with a
Stack and
desperate touch.
Parasite. And they will take it. They will take the first point.
You're mine now.
Next,
And
We are-
point Garden.
an absolutely absurd series of events there, but War making this Ryan work, sort of brute forcing it, and again we have the Shatter online.
I'm gonna guess if I'm the side of War, the reason why you're keeping without Ryan is just like, look, I'd rather deal with Maga than Ball at this point.
And they're doing okay at policing it at this point.
They are, as that Maga is in. He pops his cage. And for War, I mean, they lose the first point, but
They
wasn't.
did get beat and Cage out. It looks
Yeah, which
like
is huge.
Dow's saving grace this fight might be the EMP. And already,
Yeah.
Parasite running to the backline to try to catch someone unawares.
They are, as Log is deep again into that fight. And he's about to fall. He falls. Fran almost falls. Fran does. What a great 2 kills from Apache. As War's looking to take this point back over, and they do.
Yeah, they flip it and they don't really commit any ults or anything. They just want a dry fight, which is what you want. But you see Log not getting the look he wants on the Mauga, back to the ball.
He does go back to Ball, but so far DPS, as the Reinhardt, has done a
Ooh,
great
Fran
job.
picks off Apache,
Ooh.
an early pick.
Big EMP. Icy trying to keep DPS up. Kusune rushes out. As Epic and DPS are able to keep going, Zach falls.
Oh, a huge
shatter.
Oh my god, they're cleaning this
Cole.
fight up. They were down 3. Oh my god, it was a huge Shatter Cole.
Huge shatter call right there. As now War is still holding on to the point with now 80%. They got rid of the Sombra finally.
Receive my aid.
As now we have a Reaper. And it looks like Zach has to go touch the point. Log will. There's Kasune. Dragon is out. Apache falls, Epic falls, but so does Light. Icy. Low.
No! Bull just running amok, gets 3 there, just swinging around the little fountain or pillar.
Cleans it up And for War, it was a bit of an expensive fight to lose.
Expensive, but they did save it, keep the point alive. And now I don't know. I don't know what their answer is. They're pushing into the ball. They have high noon on the side of Dow.
Ooh, light falls. That was like their only real answer for. Ooh, Zuwap with another great kill. DPS getting rid of light. As now it's back in War's favor the point. Log has to fight. And here they come. Log fighting for this point.
He has mines. He uses
Ooh,
them.
he uses them.
But an overcommitment, unless he's going to swap again, which at this point, we don't know what we're going to see here.
We don't know, but it looks like DPS as Reinhardt, oddly, is policing this ball. It feels like pretty good so far in this map.
And we even have Zuwap pulling out the Pharah here. Doesn't really care about light on the Cassidy. Not respecting the hit scan.
Absolutely. I mean, done a really good fight so far as Pharah in that last point. Really good as War looks like they're going to take this point first. Dallas is split in half, it feels like, at the moment.
Oh, but the Mog is out. Able to police the Pharah a little bit.
Apache falls early.
Zuwap able to take one before he falls. Another big shatter. DPS is just running an absolute train on the Dallas backline, and nothing can stop it.
What a triple from DPS on that great shatter rush we just had.
And Light potentially going to get staggered here? Oh, he's locking the legs. No, he's able to make it out. You love to see it.
Absolutely. As now we're 50% in. We are going to have EMP, Cole, and Barrage for War. And for Dallas, we're going to have, we're going to have Briggs ult. We're working towards Rush, and we have Echo. This is
Dow
going to be
opting for the high ground here. War rotating up. Dow's gonna drop in the place. They're swapping. EMP
Ooh,
comes out.
The EMP. Zuwap gets rid of Zach. Log falls as Epic is fighting. There goes Light. Epic falls. That shatter blocked. Icy falls.
Oh, and the rush gets canceled.
Rush
But the Brig and the
gets
ball make it back.
canceled.
DPS instantly trades the ball. And now it's just
He
clean up.
does.
Oh my god, the solo shatter. Oh my god.
As now, for the first time ever, we're going to a Game 7 in this league for the first time.
Game 7 Grand Finals. And honestly, despite my doubts, DPS makes that Ryan absolutely work.
Now, we're going into this. If you're Dallas for the first time, you saw Ball didn't win it. The ball finally got answered. Now going to Game 7 for the first time. I'm pretty sure in this league's finals history, we're going to Game 7. It's all gonna be for Dallas. What is their ace card? This is it. For both, this is it. This is all there is for Emerald.
It's gonna come down to map pick, I think. And now, I mean, there was some pretty close fights, but War just shut out Log 3 points in a row. Do we
They
potentially see Zach swap back to tank? Is he gonna try to reclaim that moniker? He's sort of been taking a back seat in this series. It's a hot topic of contention in Emerald. There's always fights between who's the better tank, who's the better this, who does that. And sort of here we are, best of 7, grand finals. It's time for everyone to buck up or shut up, put their money where their mouths are. And I'm honestly curious to see what we're gonna see.
Absolutely, as this is Game 7. I mean, if you're ever watching a finals, You always hope it's a game 7. It's rare that it happens in a best of 7, but here we are. This series has been so much just complete fight for both teams. They desperately want this championship for season 5. Will they go log again on tank, or will they go back to Zach? Are we going to see something wacky like light on tank? I'm kidding. Something wacky, but
Oh, again, hot off the press. This just in chat. Cryptid says, "Put your money in my pocket. I need it." So anyone, click the link below to donate to the gift a cryptid fund that we have going down in the chat. They could really use the money. I don't know what for, but yeah, please donate.
yeah, they need a 4080 Ti. I'm kidding.
I mean, don't we all? Don't we all?
Yeah, we do.
Actually, if anyone's going to donate to anyone money for computer parts, you're probably going to want to donate to JD. His computer can't run Deep Rock Galactic. He gets frame drops. Please help him. Our friend group is struggling. Our game nights are a mess because of this.
Our game nights are a mess. As we're going to Coliseo, this is it. The first ever Game 7. We have pushed the limits. This is it for Emerald. This is all there is left. Who will win it? It all ends here.
Sorry, I just see Justin finally caught up in the chat to where we are.
Huh. Gotta like it. As here we go. Will we see Log as tank or Zach as tank? We'll have to see. I think we're gonna see Ball, if I'm gonna guess.
You don't rock and stone, you ain't coming home.
Here we go. On the line for Dallas to bring home the franchise's third chip ever. Log as the Ball. And then for War, they're trying to get their first in this league. They have the DPS Rhine. And here we go. Neither team on Lucio either. That is interesting, I feel like.
I was gonna say, Zach opting to damage boost Light on the Mercy pick. Both teams have the Ashe, though, which is interesting. Zoop getting poked out a little bit by the ball. And it looks like Parasite and Log are looking for a combined dive onto the Ashe. They're able to peel for him, though.
They
Both teams
are.
stable. Back to poking.
As War is starting to make that first initial progress. Parasite low.
Log also dipping kind of low.
He falls.
And he's first to fall. And now if you're Ward, this is a great time to just get free progress while the ball's down. Clean up these picks if you can.
Absolutely, as Parasite falls as well. Good progress for War so far. Zoop falls. Ooh, there's Ball in their back line. Reinhardt running back to help his supports out.
And now this is the part that's hard if you're Ryan pushing up against this bridge. Ooh, but Apache finds a pick on his Zach. That's a big pick.
Big pick right there. There's a big dynamite. Doesn't get anyone as
and Apache falls to Light. Again, slow cart progress, but it's sort of hard. The Ryan can't really do anything about people up on the bridge.
He can't, but he helps police that ball.
You probably just want to wipe her hard back here. You don't want to get picked at this point. It will be bad.
It would be as Zoop with 1 health, it looked like, basically. As, ooh, Zoop an epic fall.
And yeah, now we're staggered.
We are staggered, but for...
needs to stabilize here.
We have ultimates for the side of War. They definitely are up in ultimates. as we have 3 ults to just Dallas's 2, or no, they're gonna have 3 here in a moment. There's Kasune.
DPS finds Fran,
falls.
and Zach isolated on the brig. They might want to just hard engage on him, all commit.
They might, but they get rid of Light. They get rid of... Yep, they do get Zach finally. And there's Parasite. Ooh, he falls.
And we're able to just barely hold on to that lead they have.
Absolutely. Ooh, Log trying to get to that backline, but this Reinhardt so far has done a great job policing this, it feels like.
Enemies starting to move their barricades.
There's
Oh,
the
and he
shatter.
misses the shatter.
Ooh,
Oh, the EMP
EMP's
comes
out.
out.
Epic falls, but Fran falls.
Trades coming out on both sides. They're even.
They are even.
Both teams with a tank and a support still alive. The
They
minefield comes out.
are. Ooh,
Zach is
DP
isolated.
attack.
And
There
Ball
goes
just cleaning up.
Icy.
And if you're Zoop, you just want to die and get out of here.
Absolutely, as now you are about to have Rush Visor soon. You have EMP and Cole. Those are pretty good ultimates to have.
Is close to taking the lead.
And they're able to touch before the point flips again.
They are. They are doing a great job just keeping this forward progress.
EMP, but no one's there to follow up on it. But DPS just pins in.
He pins in as they're pushing the bot more. They're rejecting Dallas's progress again.
But picks are going in favor of Dallas. They're up 2.
They are up 2, but Parasite
Make that one.
falls.
And they're able to stable and rally here around the little brick.
They are. As Log close to dying, he will be back up. And there they are. Log's back in. War will start pushing the bot again. Log gets hacked again. Ooh, that mispin right there. Both teams are kind of stabilizing. Log's doing a great job poking out War. It feels like Apache falls.
And the minefield's coming out again.
Absolutely, as DPS again doing a great job clearing them out with that hammer. As, yeah, DPS fighting that ball.
I was gonna say, these fights are really pokey. Oh, and the solo shatter onto Light. Able to secure the
Big
kill, though. They're
kill.
just looking to push forward. They don't care. That might be all the value they needed. To push this brig now, that's 2. She's caught out.
There's Kasune Rush. Zach falls. There goes Fran. We have
the ball's
Rush
gonna fall.
Visor out.
And this is huge for War. If they could get the payload to that halfway point, and the Ryan doesn't have to worry about playing bouncing back and forth between low ground and high ground, it'll be massive.
Absolutely, as Log is trying to get rid of Apache, but Icy's in to help out the Hanzo.
And they get forward spawns off this, which is huge if you're War. It's a huge, huge checkpoint to hit.
Ooh, Epic falls. Ooh, there goes the Reinhardt. He tries to get rid of Ball off the map, but he couldn't.
Oh, and they're committing ults to this.
There is Bob. And Bob will get... Oh, he doesn't get thrown off the map.
Oh, and they're walking away with this payload. They just need to die or get out.
They do, as... Now...
Oh my god! Oh my god! He almost pinned Light. Oh my god, that was crazy. He's gonna pay for it though. No ICTPs to keep him up.
There's
EMP comes out.
EMP! That's huge! They get rid of DPS finally.
And Zuop
Light
finding a pick on
falls.
the Light, but there's no Ryan left on the field. And Zuop just
Fran
cleaning up in the
falls.
back. He doesn't care.
He
He'll
gets
do it himself.
Parasite!
He'll do it himself. He does not care.
What a play from a... What a play!
And
War
Log
fighting to hold this on.
mining just to sort of delay.
And there is that Reinhardt. He is back. Ready to police this ball, it feels like. As here comes the ball with a shatter in the back line. There is 2 ultimates for the side of Dallas out.
And Fran
Both
goes down.
supports. So
Zuop
does
finding
Zach.
another one. Zuop has really come alive in this fight. Oh, but
Zuop
the back line
falls.
of War is split from the front line.
They are
Epic desperately trying to keep Icy alive. Icy falls. Apache gets light.
falls. Mora is the last support still going right now for War at the moment. As Ball will get rid of Apache.
And again,
Zach.
we have forward spawns. DPS should just die here. He doesn't need to walk back.
They should, but DPS doing a great job getting away from that as they have 4 ultimates. The Dallas is just realistically 1. I mean, they're about 65 on Sombra, and there's that one ultimate. It's out as Reinhardt will help clear out that ultimate.
Log sort of causing a muck in this room here.
He
Able to find
is.
one. We need to see ults from War. We do. We see Rush.
There's Visor.
Oh, but
And he
everyone's
gets
walking into the
one.
mines. Everyone. Oh, but Pig's coming back.
Ooh.
DPS dives point. Now, if War plays this correctly, they can touch, I think, before the checkpoint. But I think Log's ball is going to hold them off.
I think it will hold them off.
Oh, Epic goes in. Probably too early, arguably.
He goes in early, but make an EMP come out early.
No. Oh, no. This is a mess.
You need Shatter, I think, or... Man, DPS is fighting for this point. They waste some time, though. We're down to a minute. 11 meters is the difference at the moment. For War, you have to go at this. There's Dragon. It's out.
What finds
Fran
one?
is gone. There's
And
a
he
huge shatters. Zach falls.
The
Visor's
minefield's
out.
gonna be big. I don't know why we stand in it.
I don't
Oh.
know either. DPS is going to fall, it looks like. Oh my gosh, they're running away with the bot, though. War is actively running away with the bot as Log is trying to stop it.
They just need to be stable here.
They do. They need to help slow this down. They cannot afford a death at the moment.
And it looks like they will be able to stabilize here.
They
Epic
will.
gonna have the coal, but we're gonna have a rally and a rush. And Apache gets picked early.
There's the rushes.
Everything comes out all at once. Picks in favor
DPS.
of Dal.
In the favor of Dallas.
Reaper able to get 2. This
As-
might be big. Apache is too early.
Apache in there a little early.
They have time to swap to Lucio and to swap the touches, but they were rushing. They could have touched together there.
They could have, as now they're on the point. They have their own ball. Ball's in. They
If the
both have
Reapers-
ball.
Able to make it back. This could be huge. A huge Reaper ult.
He needs a press Q now. He does. It doesn't get
Oh.
anyone. DPS will. Oh, he gets rejected.
EMP activated.
There's EMP, and Dallas will win it. They win the championship in Game 7 of the finals.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is the series. It was a close one. Best of 7. You always love to see it in the finals.
Absolutely.
And on this day, Dal comes out on top.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a tight series, it feels like. Yeah, if you are Dallas, though, gotta celebrate. You went to Game 7, won the first ever Game 7. And, yeah, really great for both teams. Both epic fights. Really great finals. But
Yeah, that was definitely one of the best series we've had down here in Emerald. Shout out to both team. Props to everyone. You guys played your hearts out tonight. Thanks for putting on a show here in chat. Thanks for everyone who came out to watch. Love seeing everyone and all the activity in chat tonight. It was awesome. And hopefully you guys will be getting treated to Ruby Finals on Friday night. Date, time pending. But there you'll see Chicago face off against Philadelphia, where we have another matchup where Foliage is desperately fighting for his chip. He wants the first place dub. He has also been cursed to second place. So we'll see what happens there in that series. And off the press, Andrew let us know it will be 10 p.m. Friday. So I hope to see you guys all there.
Absolutely, but for Emerald at least, this ends the season, and that's it until it sounds like Friday at 10, and we'll see you guys then. But for now, bye-bye.
Bye.